Janelle from the HR best squad. Every single view, no one can take guard. Vision of the truth, unstoppable in your face. All I say, we speak the truth in every single debate.
That was a good little outro of the song. That's actually, I feel like, the furthest we've gotten on that song. Jobber Nation, welcome back. We miss you. Hope you miss us. We took a week off to kind of just breathe, stretch, shake, let it go. As always, I'm Janelle from HR here with Sir Wilkins and Mrblacc, and we have a very, very, very special friend to the Jabba Tears podcast show joining us this week all the way from Atlanta, Georgia. He flew on up to come spend a few days with the Jabba Tears podcast, amongst other things. But I'm going to let him introduce himself in a second. So my fine gentleman to my left, let the viewers know who you are, where you're from, what you do, and where they can find you.
My name is Jeffrey Taylor. I'm representing JSL from Atlanta. I do media and professional wrestling of all sorts. And you all can find me on all streaming platforms, on every social media at JSL. And I'm a massive fan of the Jabba Tears podcast. So I appreciate you. This was kind of impromptu in a sense. So.
It kind of is. You know, it's so funny. So me and Jeffrey were talking, and the original plan, we had plans for months.
Yeah.
We were going to go meet up in Tampa for Mania weekend and do some media stuff.
Right.
We were going to I was going to go down to Atlanta for NWA's Crockett Cup and meet up with Jeffrey and do some stuff. Like, we had plans, and then Corona had other plans. But
I forgot all about all that.
But on the flip side, when we had this conversation, I said, however, if there was no Corona, then he would not be here joining us on the episode.
No, I was gonna come in July.
So well, we don't know our schedules or things, but so
that was Jabba Slam, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I had that on my schedule.
About that too.
Yeah, I had that on my schedule.
Can your memory get a little better over there?
This is my thing. Life happened.
Life does happen, but
I cannot worry about stuff that can happen that's out of my control. I gotta worry about stuff that I could control. So when I put in my head like nothing's gonna happen, I moved on. That's it. That's the type of person I am. I just move on from stuff. Like, it is what it is. It's cool to talk about it. Cool, but
you know what else is cool? Talking to the mic. Like, pull it closer to you. Pull it closer to you. Because it's going to be the audio. Ew. Anyway, once again, we do thank Jeffrey Show Live for joining us today on this, what seems it's going to be an all black episode of the Jabba Tears.
When is not?
I was getting to that. Anyway, before we do jump into the show and just, get a feel and vibe of what's going on with everyone outside and inside of wrestling. Next weekend is SummerSlam weekend. Weirdly enough. And I want to announce that I am returning the Big Four. We will be recording an episode next week for predictions for SummerSlam. However, it's going to be a little bit of a different spin to the Big Four. So stay tuned for that. If you don't see familiar faces, don't get scared. They will be back. We're adjusting. I'm adjusting some things. So, but I am thankful enough that, the girls, I've had conversations with. Everybody's good. We're on a good page. So that's that. But we will be recording the Big Four SummerSlam edition episode next week, along with, it's going to be like a double feature, along with an actual episode of the Jabba Tears podcast. So stay tuned for that next week. So we have that. And then what else is going on in the world? There's a lot of actually wrestling shows this weekend, like around different parts of the country. It's weird. But shout out to anyone that's, once again, still wrestling, trying to make that money, trying to hustle. We support you. Let us know. Send us any video, anything going on. Because I think Timmy and Trisha's matches this weekend down in D.C.
I got to go down to D.C. I got to see my people.
And then, so once again...
Shout out to D.C., man.
Let's shout out to the DMV
area.
I
think that I should have been born in D.C., but...
You know what? Shout out to Wrestle Shade. I know that I've shouted you out before, previous episodes, but this guy on Instagram...
He's hilarious.
He is... I want to get him to New York so bad, just so that we can just shade wrestling for one episode. Like, that's actually my goal, to get him here to New York, and so we can shade the shit out of wrestling for one good episode. But he's hilarious, so make sure to follow Wrestle Shade on Instagram.
Good dude.
Solid dude. What else is going on? What's new before we do jump into the wrestling world? Any new shows? Any new things you've been up to? So during quarantine, Jeffrey, if you may or may not know, like we had to do like fillers because wrestling was just not what it was. So, we always started the episode like talking about like what shows we watch or things to like stay
He's a
tuned
fan,
for.
he knows.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, people listening to, for the first time, they don't know. So, you gotta say these things. But gotta introduce things, So what is something that you've been watching or something you want to let the fans know or viewers that, you may want to give them like this is something you should watch?
I feel like I was put on the spot. I didn't know I was going to be first.
Well, you're the guest, so
Right,
the guest always kind of go first.
Oh, man. Okay, so I'm a massive WWE person, to be honest. So I think that it gets talked about a lot in negative on social media, and I'm always that person peeking out and be like, here I am. So I'm actually looking forward to, even though I'm in New York, somehow, some way, watching SmackDown.
Oh, we'll watch it. We can watch it at my house.
Somehow.
It's fine. We can watch it. Listen, I done had so many makeshift viewing parties at my house the past few months, so we can definitely watch SmackDown at my house.
As well,
because
I used to go out on Fridays, and now here I am.
Not going out, not doing nothing. Mr. what's something this week that's caught, your attention?
Shout out to the owner of Hog, my son P. Miller. Doing his thing. I've been watching the chronicles of the No Limit, the No Limit Soldiers from episode 1 to episode 4. I'm definitely caught up. It's definitely been a good documentary because a lot of the heavy players are still alive. Mia X, Silk the Shaka, Snoop, etc., etc., etc.
Called Silk Shaka a heavy player?
Yeah, because like he was one of the foundations of the No Limit Soldiers. Just because
He was a founding member, not foundation. I wouldn't say founding member.
He is the foundation.
He's
because
definitely not.
Yes, he is.
That man had no bars.
No, listen. P. Miller didn't have bars.
P. Miller had bars.
No, he didn't. He
Yes.
had flow. He had style.
And did Silk Shaka have that?
Yo, he's entertaining. Like for example, about it. Mia X. About it.
That's all you got?
Nothing.
That's all you got?
That's not.
That's all you got?
That's bars.
That's all you got?
felt that. Wait, you listen.
Hold on. You just
the word. You like, I'm about it.
That's all you got. That's all you got. That's all you
part
got.
of the song.
That's all you
got.
That's definitely.
And P. Miller said it. He said, yo, listen, I know I'm not the greatest rapper. That's not the point. That's not the point. It's get entertaining. And the fact that he raped the record industry, like he raped it. Like,
No. P. Miller's the man. I'm talking about Silk Shaka.
Well, listen.
He is P. Miller's brother.
Yo, listen,
He
man.
Silk Shaka is the epitome. The epitome
I can't make
of
light
putting your
up.
brother on.
I'll tell you that.
That's literally the epitome of putting your brother on. Cause I ain't gonna lie, if I had a record label, you can't rap for shit.
Oh, but you're going to get
But
put on.
I'm gonna put you on.
First of all,
Oh, you think you can rap?
No.
So
No.
Yo, I
would
swear to God, if
no,
you
that's
sat
a spit
here,
in my face
first of all, if
I
you
would
would
not
have
be
sat
rapping,
here and did a
I would
16
say that,
bars,
yo, listen,
I'd have been like,
I
what?
can't speak bars, but I'll be A&R and get some good niggas in here.
But the thing
and I'll
about
make
it,
sure
if I
it's
tell you I
good.
already have an A&R that's already popping, I can do that. All I need you to do is I'm gonna write your bars. They ain't gonna be good, but here's your 16. You're gonna rap over this beat by these producers. Your shit ain't whack, but the thing about it, I'm gonna get you platinum. Cause Silk Shaka went platinum.
Well,
So, and you get money in your pocket, you're gonna tell me no? Exactly.
And
Once again, not the foundation. Founding member, yes indeed.
but when like everyone,
That's
left,
why I wore
he
the
still-
bucket hat today, because I've been watching
First
it too.
of all, I saw him when we walked in. I saw him with the bucket hat. I was like,
Yeah,
"Are we
about it,
paid
about
in
it.
full? Like, what's going on here?"
And I got the army fatigue, because you know why? They were in WCW.
Oh yeah, facts.
I'm so over you. All right, so the No Limit Chronicles is maybe a must. I was talking about you the other day, Sir Wilkins, to my coworker, because we were talking about shows. And I'll tell her about my show when we get to meet. But I know you're gonna talk about Umbrella Academy because you have been non-stop Stop.
Y'all the only one, and I haven't seen it.
I've never watched it, but he was
you watched
posting
it,
it all
Jeffrey?
week.
I watched like mid-season 2, and it's actually fire. So I'm gonna go back to the
It
beginning.
is a good show.
I'm
It's a
actually
very
gonna
good
go
show.
back
How
now.
would
Very
you know?
entertaining
You-
because like
It is.
You watched it?
How would
I
you
watched
know?
I didn't watch all the season. Like
You watched the first season?
I got up to the part where
Just say you got halfway or quarter or three-quarters through.
yeah. Like I got up to the part. If you hadn't seen season 1, oh well, too bad. I got to the part when the guy who time traveled back and they came back,
Oh, okay.
and that's the first I got. I was just like,
That's like the first episode.
no,
It's like the second or third episode, dude.
that's the first I got.
That's
It's
not
literally
far.
like one of the literally the founding episodes of the show.
Yo, listen, it took me 3 years to finish Voltron, so my ADD level is pretty high. Like I don't watch a lot of YouTube videos, man. Like,
No,
YouTube's my
I
school.
get it because I get it, but I haven't watched Umbrella Academy
Yes.
for the past like
A week.
no, it's only been like a couple of days.
Oh my
actually.
god, it feels like forever.
2 days because I update because my homegirl was just like, yo, I really like your commentary. Can you continue doing this? I was like, I was gonna do it anyways, but
There's always women. There's always women that convinces you, man.
yeah,
Always, man.
and I was like, fuck it, whatever. So
out to Susie.
I've been watching Umbrella Academy. It's really well done. The first season was. It's funny because like you can fall in love with a show, but then you see all the plot holes in the first season because there's no character development. Because they're trying to rush through everything. And I watched the first season, like, yo, this is really good. Then you watch the second season because it's a timepiece. So then they're in the 60s. So the 60s is bad fucked up. Just,
yes.
if you really look
Sex,
at
drugs,
it,
and rock and
it's-
roll.
the 60s is OD fucked up. It's borderline 2020
Yeah.
or respect because you have Nixon doing the Watergate scandal. You have John F. Kennedy assassination. You have Vietnam. You have the Civil Rights era. Then you got other shit on top of that.
And this is why I always say that nothing changed.
And then
I mean, everything's recycled.
and then it's literally the 2020 all over again. But it's really, really good. And
Okay, so Umbrella Academy. What else? One more thing, maybe.
what else did I catch up on? Nah, I think that's been it.
Yeah,
It's
I'm about to say solid. Like that's all I've. So like seeing your stuff, I'm like, all right, maybe I need to jump into it.
I don't think you won't like it though.
Really?
It's really superhero shit.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
Don't waste your time.
It's not your cup of tea.
I'll give it maybe one episode. I'll give it a try.
It's not that many black people in it too, so you're not definitely not gonna like it that much.
Definitely can't relate.
There's only like one black person. That's that one girl,
that token black girl.
I mean,
but she killed her role,
She did.
especially the season 2.
I kind of see it this way. I kind of reach a point where if you're a white dude, you grew up around a lot of white people, you're gonna cast white people, and that's fine. And I reach a point in my life where like I don't care no more.
But it's
because-
based on a comic book too.
Right. And the comic book, yeah, that's how you keep authentic. And like people make a big deal, oh, not enough, this, that. I'm looking like, fine, cool. I'd rather have us writing for us.
Well, absolutely, because that's what people kind of, in a sense, sometimes shade Tyler Perry with shit like that because he'll give black people opportunities. Like his shows on BET, I told y'all, when me and Matthew was
on,
watching,
man. House of Pain?
watching Sisters. The
on,
only show
man.
I can't really fuck with is the Oval on there. I can't. And
Cool.
the Oval, it's like a dollar value scandal mixed in with shit's stupid. I don't really care for it.
All right. So I'm gonna have to get this across. So, you ever watch Bros? Oh no, Bruh.
No.
You're alone on that one.
It's so my homegirl was like, you need to watch this. Let me tell you what you think about it. It's a Tyler Perry TV show on BET.
Oh, okay. So I was gonna try it because
No, that shit is
Sisters.
horrible. and the thing is, like, it really hurts me saying this because I want to like it so bad because
What's so
it's
horrible
Tyler
about it?
Perry. I watched the whole thing and I'm probably gonna watch it again because
I'm gonna
it's
give it
Tyler
a
Perry.
try.
But it was bad, son.
Why? Okay, you know what?
One. Okay. Tyler Perry knows how to save money.
Yes.
So
because he recycles. He's
So
the king
one,
of
he writes,
recycle.
he writes, directs,
produces,
and directs.
Yeah, all that.
So that's all him, right? That's one. Number two, you can tell it was done in like a week. They filmed like whatever 10 episodes in a week time. The set is like 90s Martin. And you know the budget wasn't that high, but 90s Martin had like dope artwork in the background, little pieces here and there. Like that show doesn't have it. The acting, I think this is the director's fault. Because Tyler Perry is, what is he, like 50?
Yeah, just about a little.
50, maybe close to 60. The thing is, like, you're writing a show for people our age.
Mm-hmm.
And the demographic is our age. So you're right. But then the thing about it, you're a 50, 60-year-old man. Like you said, I'd rather have younger writers in my writing, or at least 2 writers that's around the age that understand, like, the current environment of dating and being a whore. Yeah, because one dude's a whore.
I mean,
what?
With Tyler Perry,
Turn left.
you know, shout out to him. Is it's like people giving too much passes. Because if Spike Lee have done this, people make a big deal. Like, he had the show Blood, like the movie Bloods on Netflix. People was nitpicking at it because you expect a certain quality from Spike Lee. But with Tyler Perry, we give him so much passes because looking like
No, everybody criticizes.
Let me finish. We give him so much passes because we looking like, well, you know, Tyler Perry this age, this that. They always put that. Oh, but he owns his own lot. He does this that. We always have to add on. It's always like, yeah, but. There's not no like, yo, this was very good. You know, that's it. You shout out to who's the dude who wrote Black Panther and Creed 1 and 2?
I forgot his name.
He didn't write it, he directed it.
Right, directed it. And people just say, good work. You expect this quality work from him. So I'm just saying that as far as Tyler Perry, a lot of the older people give him a pass. With us, we're not taking that. Like, nah, Tyler Perry, you gotta do better out here, King. But he know his demographic. He knows that as a businessman, my demographic is the old heads, people who've been with me through the dirt. You know, you could notice that from his actors. He recycles the same actors over and over and over again because these are the people that he's been with forever. Like Tyler Perry House of Pain, they brought it back. And it's the same character, and I'm looking like, oh, wow, you know, that's what's up, though. But the writing may not be as good because it's just him. And he's so stuck in his ways. And that's it, which is cool. Shout out to the king, Tyler Perry, though, but...
I like sisters, though. Me and Matthew, we bonded
It's cool.
over sisters.
It's cool, but, you know, I expect more for Tyler Perry. Like,
sweet.
I feel like his best movie, his last movie, I was like, ooh, it was I Could Do Bad All By Myself. That is a
My
classic.
favorite actually is Daddy's Little Girls.
Come on.
I'm not going to hold you.
All-star cast.
Daddy's
Isha Elba.
Little Girls.
Oh, my gosh. The 3 sisters?
Yeah, they
Come
were
on,
cute.
B. You know, Gabrielle Union was getting that black check back in the day.
I'm done.
Now she's too good. She's on Fox with the Bad Boy spinoff. You know, you too
Yo,
good
I can't
now.
wait for that. Huh? And
I don't know about
what's her
Jessica
name?
Alba.
Yeah.
Flatbutt.
Wow, really? Okay. Anyway, this week,
got
and
the
then we're gonna
pancake
jump
booty.
into. Okay, yeah.
Shout out to Dave Chappelle.
Shout outs to the pancake booties in the world. Before we do jump into actual wrestling, this week, as everyone knows, who watches that are friends with me on Facebook, Greenleaf has come to an end. Bishop is gone. Gigi is gone.
Shout out to my Bishop.
Like,
RP to you, Bishop.
okay, got real personal for there for a second. But Greenleaf came to an end, and I was super duper like. Breaks my heart, but so I highly recommend if it's on Netflix. Like I think seasons 1 through 4.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched it, you can watch it back on Netflix. Montana Black, and then the last thing that I've been watching, it's so crazy. So everyone knows Xavier was this Up Down Down channel on YouTube.
Yeah.
So I don't know how the fuck I came across this, but it's basically him, Cesaro, Tyler Breeze, and fucking Adam Cole playing Uno.
Yeah.
And every week they do a tournament. They play Uno every week for an hour.
Yeah.
And record it and post it on his YouTube page.
Sometimes Samoa Joe came, The Miz. He got Maurice yelled at him.
So literally every week it's been the 4 of them, and it's just, to me, I think it's the funniest. I crack up watching that shit because Cesaro had picked up like they play different styles of Uno.
I was about to ask that.
And Cesaro, they played one way where you had numbers on both sides of the card, and basically, like, there's one card that you could reverse and flip the cards over. So like you have like a draw 5, or like mad different. Like the skip on the other side means it's skipping everybody, and it comes back to you, and not just skip the next
They're doing
person.
too much.
Like it's wild, and they have but they play with different decks, and it's super cool. So if
Did they play
anyone's
Black People
interested,
version?
yes.
Guns on Guns?
Yes.
You know?
There's different, so like you can put different rules and stuff like that. So they literally every week since I think quarantine, they've been playing Uno. So one episode, that whole deck where you had 2 cards on each, so you had a number on each side, fucking Cesaro picked up 50 cards. Fucking Xavier Woods laugh on that fucking episode had me in fucking tears. I was like, I cannot with these. But it makes me kind of want to do something like that. Like, if we can figure out a way to do that, I would do it. But they play together, and
I've been
it's
saying
cool
that let's
every
do
week.
that.
So we'll talk about it. I think it's kind of cool, especially with the Uno. I love Uno. So, but all right, let's jump into wrestling now. Now that's what we're here for. This week, WWE is talking about, as everyone knows, they bought out Evolve, which means they have the catalogs and the libraries and all that stuff. So they are working on putting on the network, Evolve, Progress, and a few other indie promotions that are under that umbrella onto the WWE network, which I think is pretty dope because especially old Evolve stuff that you can watch like on demand, I think it'd be really dope. So question to the table. What are some not matches, but what are some things? Is there a certain indie promotion you would wish was on the network? Like if WWE had the bread and was like, boom, let's put it on the network. What's something else you would want to see on the network on the indie side of things? And have you been watching the network actually? Like, let's just actually get into it. Have you been utilizing your $9.99 a month? Because now, if no one knows, WWE also gave a free version of the WWE network recently, where you can watch like Raw Talk and things like that, but you don't have access to like the pay-per-views or things like that. So they kind of gave two different like subscriptions that people can kind of rock with. So the question to the table: do you want to rock with the free version, or are you rocking with $9.99? What's some things you maybe watched recently? And what are your thoughts on them adding some new content to the WWE network? So I'll start off with our lovely guest, Jeffrey.
Man, so I don't have the WWE network. I don't pay for it. To be honest.
You trash ass nigga.
Oh man. But one of
who pays for it?
One of my good friends logged in, and I still don't watch the WWE network. As of
wow.
now. So that was really nice of her. But I think that it's great that they're adding content. I think that with the network subscription, it's always great to add content. I personally think for the indie scene of things, I would love for some of my people in the South to be up there. I think exposure is always good.
You know, AEW has that on lock right now.
They do,
But everybody.
The QT power plan is real.
Then I drop it to your South on it. I'm my son Yaya, I'm 10, I'm Black.
Oh wow, here
You
we
know,
go.
Cam Carter, so they ain't official out them.
Shout out to Cam.
I think that after seeing promotions in every different territory, like up north, when I came up here to the Wrestle Pro, I think that the South, of course, definitely has something different in a sense of, I think that our fans, I wouldn't say that it's better or not, but our old fans and everything, I don't want to say that each territory don't or each but it's kind of funny seeing old people sometimes. I think that's sometimes taking away how detailed the camera would be sometimes to see Southern, older people just be in the moment sometimes with their umbrella and having it on the W Network and bring it back, and you don't have to see it in the 80s. It's still happening in 2020. So if the W Network can kind of pick up one of our Southern people promotions, I'm not going to get them free promo in a sense of saying their name out. But they know who they are. They know who they are. It's all love. But I think that would be great. I'm pretty sure you guys have some practice up north. Is there anything distinguished y'all fans do? I know we're known for our older fans, older grandmas. They'll slap a wrestler. Or I know you shouldn't do that.
Grandma out here slapping.
You shouldn't do that.
Doing chops.
I went viral a few times because of those videos.
Oh shit! Wow. Well,
because they be lit. Sure. They be lit.
Something that. What defines us? I don't know. It's so weird. I don't know.
That's simple. We talk trash. Like when you come to Philly, when you come to New York, you know that you better step your game up,
trash.
or like how
shows.
that we're gonna point it out. I do that all the time.
We know.
So
I guess I can co-sign. I think more or less us as fans in the Northeast, we're definitely more. We're gonna talk and yell in your face and remember the time we went on Impact and Austin Aries got into it with the kid. In the audience, with the fan, but it was real. It wasn't even on some work shit. It was the guy was talking to Austin Aries, and Austin Aries picked up a chair and came in the audience. It was wild.
You need a hug, man.
He's a vegan. That's why.
That's not an excuse. That's not an excuse.
Napoleon complex.
Yes, that's more
he's
better.
He's a vegan. He's a Napoleon complex.
No, it's not veganist because low key I stopped eating meat a lot and I eat mad vegans throughout the week, and I don't have no complex.
Wait, so are you a part-time vegan or a full-time vegan?
part-time because
But you still eating meat though. Pause.
but not all the time though.
Pause.
But I'm just saying that that's not the veganism. It's just like
No,
look at
that's
Daniel
not
Bryan. He's 5'10". You don't see him going crazy.
He's
That
5'10".
nigga is he really 5'10"?
Yeah, he's around my height.
Really?
Yeah.
A lot of wrestlers not that tall. It's just like the camera make them tall.
Yeah, they
Shout out to
was
Rich
going in on
Swann.
Cole.
The camera makes Daniel Bryan look short as fuck.
It was going in on Cole.
Well,
No, because they definitely tried to build Adam Cole 6 feet, and I had to definitely post on our Facebook page like I've seen this nigga live. He is definitely 5'8". Like he's not 6 feet tall.
shout out to AJ Styles, like Rich Swann. Shout out to him. You know, I see you out there. Hope you recover very soon. You know, Willie Mack try to hold you down, but
We're gonna talk about
he got
Impact
beat up
a little later.
But
Thank
you know,
you.
shout out to Rich Swann. He said it. He's like AJ is a little bit shorter than him, but it's just like he just has mass on him. Look at old school Ray. When he was to WCW, and look at Ray
He was
now.
tiny then.
Like you look like he gained. I mean, he gained like 2
He
inches
act like
inside.
actually he looks like he gained a Ray and a half now than he did before.
Kind of similar to Eddie. Like Eddie and Ray did the same thing in my opinion.
Eddie
Like,
was
they both
small.
look
shout out to
tiny.
the son. Shout out to the son.
But the thing is,
Dominant.
they all look small because like most wrestlers are like 6'5" and 6'3" and up and like almost 250. So you're gonna look small compared to this land of giants type of shit.
Even
Yeah.
Vince is big. You know, Vince is like 6 something, right?
Yeah, Vince is like
Vince is
6
big.
something
He's
and
a
like
big
jacked.
guy. He's a big
Man, it still works out consistently.
That
I
Shawn Michaels
definitely-
match could have been legit if they wanted to go that route. The way he was looking.
I don't think they wanted.
They didn't want
They
to
don't want
Vince
to blow.
can't move though.
Yeah, I was about to say you saw if Vince can blow both his quads out just running down the ramp
should've
and
stretched.
going
He
into the
should've
ring the way
My
he
man
did.
does. My man probably does all upper body.
Yeah.
All upper body. He'll do no squats.
Squats, no nothing.
Hitting those bicep curls hard. And he walks out the gym, eats a steak. He
And
likes
says, "I'm
steak
good."
sandwiches. And that's it.
And that's it.
Man's a millionaire. Billionaire, I'm sorry.
billion.
Billions of dollars.
To answer to go
Yeah, Sir Wilkins, what are your thoughts on the new addition to the network? And
first
is there
thing
something you want to
first,
see?
Nick Khan. Y'all motherfuckers need to know this name. He is the one who put the deal together to get WWE money from USA and from Fox. Nick Khan is officially part of the WWE family working for the company. Why is this name important? Because this man is a sports agent and does a lot of sports stuff in the industry and is highly regarded. On the business side of things, this is going to change the game for WWE. And I know we don't always talk about Vince, but I want to throw this out there real quickly because we're going to get it's about the networks, right? It's important.
Yeah.
So Nick Khan being part of this means that they're looking towards the future. That's one. Then they just hired, I think the CEO, former CEO or whatever, president of Esty, you know, the online thing.
Yeah.
She just got put on as well. WWE made 400% more money than they were projected to make.
These niggas is the only ones profiting
In this
during a
pandemic.
pandemic.
I don't know why you surprised.
So
Them and Amazon.
So it makes sense because
Wild.
obviously they have less. They're not
Overhead.
doing house shows. Their overhead is small, is less, but it's a look into the future that maybe they're gonna go more that direction with less house shows, more cinematic wrestling matches, and this dude coming on is made because he's well respected in the sports industry. So whatever deals WWE got going in the future is about to be crazy. Now, to go onto the network. This network move is boss shit. Why? Because you are literally taking some of AEW's viewers low key. AEW viewers are mostly very indie head type of dudes and ladies. So now you add that to your network, game changing. These are well respected independent promotions.
Because what you got Progress from the UK, and then you got Evolve from the States, and Evolve have been around for years.
Yeah,
like
so-
everybody that's on like NXT or WWE even had gone through Evolve.
Yeah, so
Heavy.
this independent stuff that they're doing is crazy.
I mean, that's all good and all, but which version you gonna get? You're gonna get Progress or you're gonna get WWE Progress?
No, you're
You're
gonna
getting
get
progress.
progress.
So basically, they're getting their library.
Yeah, when they acquired Evolved, and under that Evolve umbrella was Progress, and I think it was 2 other promotions in it. they acquired all the library. So it's not even like they're doing
ICW's going to be on there.
It's
They're not
not
going to
even-
water it down, right?
It's not even a war. They're literally like if you YouTube
just
Adam
like
Cole.
ECW and WCW.
Yes, that's what
correct.
they're
so
getting.
like if you had like an old CM Punk match that he did Evolve or old Daniel Bryan, you can literally go on the network and watch that shit.
and that makes the network that more valuable.
Mm-hmm.
It just literally because the network was some say it was struggling, some say it wasn't, but people have their opinions on it. But the network was just a network. You go to watch old stuff, you go to WWE, you watch the pay-per-views if you're watching the pay-per-views, but what it just did now, it added more value.
They turned to Fight Network.
Yeah, it's a fight network.
yeah.
It's a fight network, but it's also a legit wrestling library. Like you can, and it's just on another level of like history there. You may be able to find an old Eddie match somewhere, but it's one of these old promotions. Now, what they need to buy is ROH.
Facts.
Just fucking take that library, ROH library.
Alone.
Massive.
That library is what they need to put
mean-
put on the network.
I mean, okay.
And Hog, HOG,
Wow.
House of Glory.
Cheap plugs.
No. Their library is legit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that went through there.
You forgot AJ Styles. Cody went through there.
No, I remember Cody.
Cody, AJ Styles, the Bucks,
Hardys,
EC3,
the Bucks.
anybody that was on Impact
Yeah.
and was
Yeah.
hot in the independent scene at
Yeah,
one time
Impact through Impact.
has literally ran through there.
Shout out to Pete Miller, once again, the owner of Hog, once again, expanding his horizon, once again, keeping himself
Portfolio
relevant.
is on
It's
fleek.
thick. It's thicker. It's thicker than
Pause.
Atlanta booty.
Pause.
You feel me? Atlanta booty be thick? Come on, dogs.
Atlanta booty be extra thick.
Thick, juicy,
Really?
Juicy. Delicious.
Delicioso.
Bite it like a Atlanta peach. Oh! Oh my God! Bars. He didn't do that. Bars. Atlanta peach. He didn't do that. Oh my gosh! Bars.
So is this accepting of WWE being a monopoly? Is this what we're getting at? Is that we're okay?
Whoa. We don't throw out the M word around here.
Oh.
All right? Because they're not. Because they still let the M word surround them rock.
but not even that though. But WWE's always been a monopoly though. When you think about it, when you think of when you think about the blueprint Vincent Kennedy McMahon's father laid in the territories, and then Vince came on board and was like, "I'm gonna buy the territories." Like he came in and did that, and it would.
They didn't have to do that.
No, but he did.
There was an option to do that. They didn't have to do that. Like he offered them something.
They did it, but I think it was the best move to do it because it was the move in the direction going forward. Because it was Vince's bigger picture to put, everybody at the Garden, put everybody on national TV. Like it was a progression. So him monopolizing the situation.
It's not a monopoly though.
It's
not bad.
Because
Yo, what
other
are you
people
talking about?
other people be like, for example, right? If he was such a monopoly, nobody out here will be eating out here. But he makes sure, he's like WWE is Ace from Paid in Full. He said, "Yo, I got you, IB.
But that still
Let me
doesn't
finish. WrestleMania coming town as indie wrestler. If you that good, you're gonna eat regardless."
Bars.
Did you just call Vince Ace, though? That's
He
pretty
really is though.
Yeah, he
Could-
put the whole hood on.
Hold on. Let me help you out this analogy. Literally, WWE during WrestleMania is at the top of the mountain, right? And he pours out water for all these little motherfuckers to eat and drink. That's literally what he does. Now,
Not Asani water, quality water,
No,
smart
the
water.
the New York State water. That's the best tap water in the country. Water.
No. I'm talking about when
Fiji.
you're like, oh my God, get the electrolytes.
I like spring. I like.
No.
no, it's just not even that. It's essential water.
Oh my gosh.
$4 for a bottle.
gosh.
$4 for a bottle.
Yo,
How much it costs in
I've
Atlanta for
never-
essential water?
Sheesh, like
Do you even drink water like that? I hope you do.
As a black man,
I
you
would
make you glow.
hope so. First of all, y'all not gonna keep attacking Jeffrey. That's what we not.
my,
Gonna do.
my thing is happening. I would just ask, was we encouraging it? Were we
But,
just
okay. Just to go off that question, the thing about it, it's not in. Are we encouraging it? No.
No.
Okay.
But I think it's just the natural progression of
just it,
growth.
yeah.
Now, if you want to be like technical, it's not a monopoly because, like he said, other companies are around.
Right.
They're not as big.
Yeah.
Now, AEW hasn't gained that traction.
Yeah.
Because what they've been here for
Or
a year
Impact
now,
or
Impact or
Ring
stuff of that nature. They all have their own libraries.
Yeah.
What AEW needs to do is just have a conversation with ROH and like, hey, let's do something.
Let's figure it
but
out.
that relationship is a little sour. So, but is it a monopoly? From the outside looking in, it kind of
Do anybody
is.
ever finish Monopoly though? You usually kind of
I
just.
fucking actually don't
Usually,
like
a lot of
Monopoly.
people just have a lot of the properties like WWE have, and then a person gets fed
Right.
up, which is kind of like.
But the thing is just like, okay.
No one wins.
I see what you mean by WWE is low-key a monopoly. I get that. But as a businessman, you want to take as much profit as you can.
Right.
And guess what? You ain't going to stop me from doing this. Right. You have options to say no. Some people see that money, they feel like, you know what? I'm done. I'm putting a towel in, and they sell it. Right. Like Evolve didn't have to close down. You know, they didn't have to sell it to WWE, but it had a working relationship. So he felt that, you know what? Let me count my losses, and I understand that there may be a chance Evolve might be the new NXT on the network.
But to piggyback, but also go up against that, Evolve was going out of business.
Yeah.
Before WWE got involved, they were losing a ton of money.
Which is weird because they were in the steps to putting a school here in New York. So it was
Poor
just
money management.
That's before then.
Yeah,
before
poor money
WWE was even
management.
involved with
yeah,
Evolve.
no, before WWE entered the
But
picture.
that was even before then because they were losing money for a while, and WWE got involved with the streaming and everything and all that, and they helped them out because they're like, yo, you got mad great talent, we're gonna rape you. Come here, sit on my lap. So, this is like what Vince said. He was like, yo, sit on my lap.
That's really problematic.
That's what he does.
I don't think he told someone to sit on his lap though.
But also,
Metaphorically.
Sit at the table.
WWE was trying to expand regardless because they were trying to put an NXT in Japan, and NXT in like Mexico, and NXT in like Europe. They were trying to like, because the thing is, to go off your question, what do you do after? All right, we're now she's syndicated across the world. We have all this going. I might as well just take all talent
and call it a day.
It's just a natural thing. You're a company. You have to get bigger.
But the problem with that, him doing that is like, a lot of people get rich, but a lot of people get stagnant because you have like mad guys in catering who's very talented who basically did their thing throughout the indies, whatever, and other companies. Now they're sitting in catering, you know, is a low-key a millionaire. You know, they appreciate that. A lot of them accept the fact that, yo, when I come here, yo, I probably would never be on television, but I got to think long-term for my family. That's the only problem. You know, too many good guys on the roster, and don't know what to do with them. So I think that...
My man EC3.
Shout out to him. I just feel like...
The promo he did this week, ooh, we'll talk about it.
I just feel like you got bust on shows, but your writing's off. And everyone said the system is broken. So you got to change the chain of command, how you do certain stuff. Because at the end of the day, though, you have a lot of televisions to fill, a lot of network and stuff like that. You know, you got Main Event, you got WWE Superstar. No, WWE Superstar don't exist anymore. No, Main Event.
No, just Main Event.
Main Event, you have Raw and SmackDown. And you got other stuff on the show, too. You know, you got to make the best what you have sometimes. And WWE has too much. They don't know what to do with it. So it's cool to have all these business people on the business side, but who are you going to have on the wrestling side? You know, who's your JR of this generation? Who's the one that's going to handle payroll? Who's going to do all the stuff to make the boys feel like, yo, you may not get a push, King, but just wait. Just wait. You know, this is why that I don't know what to say about WWE. They did a great product. They dominated. They did their thing. And without Vince, wrestling won't be the way it is.
Fact. Say it louder for those in the back.
You know, like, yes, you know, I may not enjoy WWE all the time,
Right.
but we live in a time where I have options where I don't have to turn on my television. I can go on YouTube. I go on title match. I could go on Fight Network, or I go to my local indies and say, yo, let me follow my son Leroy.
Did you
doing
see
his
they did
thing.
that backyard wrestling show?
Yeah, I seen that. And guess what? I could say, let me see what my boy Leroy doing right now. Oh, my son Leroy killing it. You know, you see the natural progression of his gimmick. So that's why I tell people, like, people complain about WWE sucks. I'm looking like, do you try other stuff? Nah, man, I don't. So that's your fault. Because WWE does not really define wrestling. Wrestling is own. It's people have many different ways to talk, to sell a different product. Watch AEW, one way to tell wrestling. You got WWE, one way to tell wrestling. Impact, one way to tell wrestling. You got to pick your favorites.
Sure.
So I agree with my brother. I agree with you. Can it be a low-key monopoly? Yes. But at this point, what are they doing moving forward for the talent they're going to acquire? And with and like, again, you got health benefits, all of that, but people want to be creative. So what are they going to do moving forward? Like, they trying, Raw Underground. They trying.
We're going to get into that. It's a very interesting, I think, it's a very interesting segment that they have.
What a dancers.
Fuck them. I'm glad they got rid of them
Y'all
bitches
complain
this
too
week.
much, that's why.
No, because that shit was stupid.
No, it wasn't.
I
No, it was not stupid. That shit was fire.
That shit was stupid.
That shit was like facts.
Shit is
They were dancing
stupid
off
as
beat.
hell.
Yeah.
Little white girls dancing off beat. Like, yeah.
The outfits.
It just-
Trash ass outfits. Yes.
Terrible.
That was
Make
a
it trashy.
vibe. That was a
It
It was
vibe.
a whole vibe, underground vibe.
Yeah, it was trashy, man. Damn.
Like, no, it's one thing, like, if you're going to have actual, like, go-go dancers, cool. Let them be real, though. Like, don't give me 3 trainees from the fucking...
Y'all too
So-
technical.
from the fucking...
Exactly.
Bad technical for no reason.
Exactly.
Because that shit does not look authentic. Like, y'all
Bro,
might be...
you're not supposed to take this shit seriously.
Thank you.
That Raw Underground, who is taking that shit seriously?
That shit is hilarious. However, though, because we didn't talk about it last week, the only person I was like, why the fuck is he on Underground with Ziggler? Because I was like, if Ziggler was in a back alley,
He put
That
down his
nigga's
head,
not
didn't he? He was
down his
serious.
head.
He was serious.
Yeah,
about
that
it.
nigga's not fighting.
Ziggler is an amateur wrestler at heart. He was amateur wrestling champion.
so
And
if you and Ziggler was in the alley, he getting fucked up.
No.
No.
I don't think don't
Yo,
sleep on
I'm
Ziggler.
asking-
to my son Dolph.
I'm asking you though, if you and Ziggler was in a dark
trying to
alley,
start
pause.
something.
Listen,
Who's winning?
I don't know because like how that what if like Ziggler had an off day? Next thing you know, I have a knife and I stab him. I win.
Wow. Okay.
It's a street fight. I'm using everything.
See, See what I
But
mean?
the thing about on a regular match on the underground,
Ziggler's gonna win.
I'm pretty sure Ziggler's gonna win because Ziggler is like a trained fighter.
He's a champion.
All
Like
right,
he's a
y'all.
champion amateur wrestler.
Yeah.
Like there's a couple of dudes on that roster who could actually like scrap.
Yeah.
Like Bobby Lashley can scrap.
Yo, when Bobby came on that first episode, I was like,
Can
this
scrap
is
crap.
bad.
Xavier Woods has skills. Like he's nice at amateur wrestling. So don't let me sleep on some of these dudes, B.
Like MVP.
oh,
I
that
don't
nigga
think
went
he
to
could-
jail. So
I don't
that
think he
nigga
can fight, but I think he could fight.
fight.
That's that ghetto strong
that's
style.
That's that.
Yeah, ghetto strong. Like he, like he is fighting like a hood dude.
My nigga, that's a
And then
t-shirt.
and then
Ghetto
choke-
strong style.
I think somebody has that.
That was
Really?
his crew. That was his crew in New Japan. Him and
Shelton?
Yeah.
Really?
Ghetto strong style.
That's hilarious.
Shout out to Dre, man.
That is amazing. Moving on, real quick. So, everyone's favorite
Oh, shout out to
jungle.
the Ghetto Ninja. I mean, shout out to the Ghetto Samurai. That's my son right there, man.
From Hog.
Yeah.
Wow, cheap plug.
HOG.
HOG. Moving right along. So, rumor has it AEW has big plans for a particular person. Jungle Boy, which everyone at the table for the most part, we entertain. He's pretty good. Honestly speaking,
He ain't Darby Allin.
but out of the Jurassic Express shit, I actually like him the most. He to me has the most like chance at
'Cause you like
doing
his
some
dad,
shit.
that's why.
No, I mean his dad was a
Perry?
cool actor. A 91210, it was cool, but I didn't. It's not
a
my
legend.
favorite. But anyway, so question to the table: with them saying he's gonna get a big push coming soon to a theater near you. What's one match fantasy dream match that you would like to see with Jungle Boy that has not happened? Because I actually really did enjoy the back and forth between him and MJF. That was really solid, and I'm kind of mad they didn't further it along a little bit longer, but that's neither here nor there. So, what's a match you would like to see Jungle Boy in on his road to a big push? Do you see him being TNT champion? Do you see him being AEW World Champion? Like, what do you guys think this push is gonna be?
Listen. Let's keep it whole ass. I'm not doing this right now.
Break the ice.
Cause okay, the dude's talented. I'm not gonna sit here and deny. I like him. I like the whole Jurassic Express whatever. But you have a bunch of other dudes that could get pushed a big push. Now Jungle Boy, I see a mid-level talent right now. Let's grow your career. You're young. Let's really get you to that next level, and give you the TNT title. That would be dope. Now, the number one title, the world title, y'all bugging. Y'all bugging if y'all go that direction.
Is that what they saying?
I mean,
No,
I'm
they're
just
saying a big push.
they're saying. I mean, when I think of big push, it could be once again one or two things.
But why put them
they
in
only have 2 titles?
But why put him in the title picture where you have other dudes that could have been in the title picture, which Cody ran over?
Lance Archer.
Like literally
Low-key
ran
buried him.
I don't know about Baron, like,
Where's this nigga been since he had that title shot?
but he been on television other ways though.
But where has he been? Like
Baron is basically saying that, yo, like
he's not in the conversation.
Is Brian injured?
Which one?
Brian Cage.
he just missed 1 week. He was there
I don't
last
think
week.
he's injured.
He's good.
No, but okay.
But that to me is like a semi-burial. It's like if you're not in the conversation, then what are we doing?
That's not very real.
To me.
But the thing is, he only had like a program which was like this short. And I don't say it's a burial like you, but I do say there's an issue.
Yes, that's better.
There's an issue with what's going on. And Jungle Boy, your career is going to be, you're young. What is it, like 21, 22 maybe?
23, 25.
Yeah, so like you have time. Give him a push, I say, but not to the moon when you have so much other talent that you could probably use who are older and more seasoned.
Yeah.
Listen, this is not a hate because I like the dude, but yo, where do things fall on the chart? And then I remember one of the Bucks said some dumbass shit. He was just like, yo, hey, the whole point of the show is to have different people on every week.
That's a lie.
Nigga, no.
That is a lie.
Was he talking about AEW Dark or?
No, he's talking about AEW.
No, AEW Dark has the revolving door of many different people. You will see a different face every week.
Yeah, that's the one.
AEW Dynamite is the same niggas every week. And it's not a bad thing because in order to progress in a storyline, you got to have the same niggas on TV. Like, that makes sense. But don't sit here and be like, don't do that. Mr. Black.
I feel like AEW feel like too much like an indie show. Like, they have to shake off the indie show feel and be more of a production side. Like, a lot of stuff they do is cool, but it's like indie.
But do you fuck with Jungle Boy being the world title?
I mean, no, because I just feel like he just got there. You know, he just got there as far as
Actually,
just,
all
like,
them niggas just got there.
No. I'm talking about like notoriety as far as like the general public. You know?
Well, yeah, he has a point. Like, nobody
knows him.
Nobody knows him at all.
Knows him. Like people like.
Do you know him?
Like wrestling fans have to remember. A lot of people don't know him. And wrestling fans have to understand there's life outside of wrestling. Like, for example, nobody's talking about Jungle Boy outside of the wrestling scene.
Nobody's talking about
Now,
Besides his daddy. But that's it.
Nobody we talk about his dad, unless like they're around our age, a little bit older. You know, the young generation not talking about his dad.
But that's the demo.
That's the demo.
That's the demo.
But
It is. It's older men between like they're 25 to 45.
Right.
That's their demo.
With Jungle Boy being champion, it's just like, no.
It's a joke.
You know,
But do you see him taking the title off of Cody?
No.
man,
You were so
you
unimpressed.
should have lost to Scorpio Sky.
Thank you, and we're gonna get into that because
man.
I've been waiting.
But,
I watched that shit earlier today. Woo, we gonna get into that very shortly because there's
AEW
no
was
reason
like-
why the fuck
yeah,
you.
yeah.
He had a bomb ass entrance, and y'all
Yeah,
niggas is
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
do
yeah,
him like
yeah.
that. Pisses me off.
But nevertheless,
Anyway.
though, we're gonna focus
You
on
always
tag
play
team.
like that.
Right, always play. Like,
Yo, that
With
shit
the
was
pyros
wild.
on the
Yo, they had a whole like door, and he kicked down the door.
that
Like
was classic '90s.
that shit was so. I was like,
But did y'all hear JR on the commentary? What he was saying? Yeah,
burying
pay attention?
niggas. He does that every
No,
fucking week.
he was like, well, Scorpio Sky could be the first African American to get the TNT title. And the Towns was like, oh, well, Scorpio Sky was the first African American because they had to emphasize on the African American part to be the tag. I was like, niggas, they just got the fucking title. It's the 1 year. It's the 1 year show. Of course, he's the first. Cool. I ain't gonna lie.
He just made it yesterday.
But then. What was funny when they asked Scorpio about this, he's like, "Nah, B, you know, let's not talk about that. You know, I'm just the first champ right now." All right, Scorpio.
But nevertheless, though, you see, it's just
No
like,
comment, B.
Like, do I think that Jungle Boy needs a little bit working? Yes. You know, I just feel like, honestly, bump that. I feel like some weeks the flow be good, like indie show. Other weeks you looking like, oh my gosh, man, it's so awkward, man. Like, man, y'all make me feel uncomfortable right now, B. Like, and I can't switch it off because I told myself I gotta get AEW a full year, and
It's coming up.
The full year is coming up. I gotta make like actually, and I have a whole show idea for that one. You know, and I'm giving it a chance.
We're gonna do top 10
But,
AEW moments.
Oh man,
last
like
year.
it's gonna be full with Darby Allin moments.
Okay,
but
no. That's not.
but
At
I'm
least a
biased.
solid 2.
Do you think? So Jeffrey, do you think Jungle Boy is a star?
But wait. Let me finish before you end on like Jungle Boy. Yeah, he's Jungle Boy, but like he
don't have that song.
yes, he has not figured out his cooking style yet. You know, he's still working. Like he's still adding different seasons. Like, boy, this was good yesterday, but today was not so good. You know, he's still trying to find himself. Do I think that he needs to be a champion, like the world champion? No. But
Okay.
do I think that he needs to be like get his chops up with like go gradually through the division, tag team, TNT, build him up for the long term? Yes. But overall, Jungle Boy is a great talent. Yes.
Okay.
But I'd rather see Orange Cassidy be TNT champion over him. Because Orange Cassidy, you have dudes literally talking about him on the internet.
That's because
outside of wrestling. And he has that appeal. And he's more polished than Jungle Boy. So, personally, should Jungle Boy be a champion? No. If they're gonna push him, let that be don't let it be a Roman push, but let it be a
I'm mad we label that nowadays the Roman push.
the Roman push, aka the Hogan push, aka the John Cena. No.
John Cena did not get pushed like that. Don't do that.
Make it more of a John Cena push.
And I mean, as much as I don't fuck with Hogan, Hogan's push was not like that either. Hogan went up the ladder a little bit for that push.
Why
I
you
give
mention
him
Terry?
that. I'm just saying, I give credit where credit's due, even though Terry's not my nigga, and you know it is what it is. But I'm just saying. But the Roman push, I
Yeah,
agree.
the Roman push. No, give him a John Cena push. You know, give him a U.S. title. Get him.
They don't have
different
that.
programs.
They don't have that.
Instead- No, but give him like the equivalent of the U.S. title. Give him different programs. Make him wrestle different opponents. You know, make him wrestle like a Lance Archer. Let it be competitive. Not Cody. Man, I hate Cody, man.
You don't hate Cody. You just hate that the fact that Cody wins every week and it makes no sense. So then it's like, why would you give someone like Scorpio Sky who they fucking that's the shit that pisses me off. They fucking video packaged him
Wasting
for that
money.
fucking ladder match. Made you think he was gonna win the title shot, but he didn't. Fucking Brian Cage won, which we already know how I felt about that shit. And
He's a
then
machine, though. That's why.
and then just randomly last week Scorpio Sky's challenging Cody for the title. What?
Nope.
How? What do you mean? What storyline did that come from?
But they got that open title thing that saves it every time for them. It's
But
like-
then it's stupid because you do a mixture of guys that have been with AEW from day one, like Scorpio Sky, that honestly should have the title and should have had the push. And then one week you give it to fucking Warhorse. Who the fuck is that? Randomly getting a title shot. Like what?
That's
Like
down the south.
what the fuck? Like who? What the
Warhorse,
fuck?
man.
Like what is that
Warhorse.
about?
Horse.
But yeah, like who?
That's a thing.
Who are you? Who are you? Like, come on. But all right, Jeffrey. Question that started because
Yes.
do you see
Hell no.
Jungle? I'm bad.
No.
Nah.
And I'm surprised we even entertained it this long, to be honest. And I honestly don't
Why?
even because Jungle Boy isn't it. Like
Okay.
Damn,
that
B.
is it.
Why? Why you say that?
It isn't.
You don't got the juice like that.
He doesn't have the juice
Shut
like
up,
that.
stupid.
He has, and I'm actually even more upset. And I'm wondering if the same person reported that MJF was similar to The Rock and Moxley is similar to Stone Cold. Reported that Jungle Boy is getting this push. Y'all didn't see that on Twitter?
What?
That they saying MJF and Moxley is the new Rock in Austin.
Nigga, who said that?
What?
Dave Meltzer, he dropped it.
Well, you said
Okay,
Jungle
okay,
Boy,
hold
who?
on.
No,
Let's
he
rewind.
said
Let's
MJF
rewind. Let's
is the
rewind this.
Rock.
Let's rewind this.
And
Let's
so
rewind this.
Do you
Let's
see
repeat
us
that again. Did you
breaking
say that
down?
Dave Meltzer said that MJF and overrated John Moxley is the new Rock and Stone Cold?
What?
Come on, B.
Come
Come on, B.
But that's how I felt about Jungle Boy just
Come
now.
on, son.
How is that
That's
even?
how-
That's not even the same
I'm taking a
level
pee break.
of anger.
He gonna go
He
pee,
gonna
but you
go
can continue.
pee.
Yo, I understand if they had said MJF and Jungle Boy's early stage of Rock and Triple H. Yes. But John Mox, come on, man.
That's what.
That's wild. Now I will say I'm actually thoroughly enjoyed by the whole presidential union speech that he's done the past 2 weeks.
First of all, he stole it.
First of all, you cannot
stole
leave
it.
and not have your mask on.
Sorry. He stole it once again. thieving MJF stole that whole thing from EC3 from Impact. They be stealing stuff, B.
Hey, listen, wrestling is
Take
recycled, but
your
take your mask
and close the door.
and
Nigga be stealing stuff, B.
it's not stealing. It's just recycled. It's wrestling. It's not stealing.
So what you call it? Wait till for Darius Carter.
No, that's stealing. That's stealing the whole gimmick. That's a very different stealing. But anyway, go use the bathroom. But wow, we are comparing.
Do you think that's true?
What?
Hell
Jeffrey?
nah.
Do you think that's true?
What?
What the comment that Dave Nelson
Well,
made?
What?
that's the one that everybody been going off about.
All right,
But,
let's see.
MJF
Meltzer really compared MJF and Moxley to Rock and Stone.
So he's
Cold.
comparing that like that build that they're having right now to All Out and everything. But anyway, like that's how I was feeling about the Jungle Boy. It's kind of like I'm not giving that any energy. I'm not about to give Jungle Boy any energy.
So right now, in
I feel
wrestling,
like if it is a big push for Jungle Boy, give him a cruiserweight championship. If
which
that's
they don't
the big,
have. Which
that's
it
what I'm
took
saying.
them-
Is that
it
their
took
mystery
them-
way of building?
It took them 18 months to get a whole brand new gold versus silver of the TNT
And they just finished the title.
Yeah,
They
so-
just finished the title.
So we might as well talk about this real
Bruh.
quick. All right. So I'm gonna try to be devils. I'm gonna try to shoot my man Dave Meltzer. He's not my man. But I'm gonna try to shoot him some bail real quick.
Why?
You said it's about the build-up, right? Yeah. The build-up's been 3 weeks.
2.
Has it been 3 weeks? Maybe 2?
2 and a possible.
It's like 3 weeks. 3 weeks, 2 weeks, whatever.
2 weeks in the possible.
You can't compare that yet. Rock and Hogan,
Austin.
I mean, Rock and Austin had literally
Years.
had a 2-year, 3-year
Years.
back and forth.
For years.
Years.
7, 8, 9.
Years.
Yeah. 5 years.
Years.
Mostly, I mean, they peaked at the third one. And they kind of went.
It goes as far as when fucking he threw the belt over the river.
Yeah.
Then burying him and him.
Yeah, it's
97
different type
to
of thing.
03?
So I don't want to I don't want to completely shoot that dead right now, like DOD. But is there a possibility they could be that? Maybe. But I don't think Moxley's charismatic enough to be on that level that Stone Cold was. Now, I don't care what nobody says. People love to compare Moxley to Stone Cold. They are not the same thing.
Different.
They are not the same thing. They never will be the same thing.
Never
Nothing
was.
against the Moxley. I don't like Moxley. We all know that. But at the same time, I'm not going to shit on you. I'm not going to say you're a bad person. I just don't fuck with you. Now, to go back to that whole comparison is unfair. It's unfair to Moxley and MJF because they are nowhere near that level
That's mad
to
pressure.
be compared to that.
Like, who wants that type of pressure?
And Meltzer is trolling. Meltzer is definitely trolling and trying to get some clicks and some
He's from a
retweets.
skip roll.
So
oh, we talking about it. So
it is what it is. It is what it is. But do not compare
That's not even in the same
Those two
atmosphere.
rivalries.
Like, absolutely not.
because Moxley hasn't put up a promo where you're like, holy shit, what's gonna happen? It's mostly been MJF carrying
MJF has been
this
carrying
whole
the
thing.
whole thing, which makes you think like, yo, if MJF does not win this title, come all out, then what?
Okay,
was the
fine.
point?
MJ winning.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Needs to.
Like, it's all about. I don't think he needs to win it.
I do.
I don't think he's doing it
I
because
think-
honestly, what's it gonna do to his character? Nothing.
It's gonna elevate him, and
But-
I think it'll create a platform for people like, not saying Jungle Boy, but people other likes of that's coming up in the business to have that type of rivalry.
Okay, fine. What has MJF done significantly in AEW
Well,
that
he beat
makes you
Cody.
feel that? Huh?
He beat Cody,
Okay.
even though it was a little dirty.
Okay.
He beat Cody.
Okay.
And honestly speaking, in terms of, I mean, Cronin didn't help, but I think out of the guys that are on regularly on AEW, he's been one of the ones to carry the company.
What had he done that make him stand out other than his promos?
Well, what else do you want him to do?
For example, Orange Cassidy. You know, he had a coming out party when him versus Pac. He had the whole moment between him and Jericho. There are many different key moments. Like, oh, okay, what catalog have MJF built for himself?
Well, like I said, the him and Jungle Boy little rivalry they did was pretty good. I enjoyed it. And y'all know I don't really enjoy AEW like that. So for me to be like, oh shit, that says a lot. And then he was injured too a little bit, so he wasn't wrestling.
That's why I feel like, honestly, if Scorpio Sky don't take the title off of him, it should be MJF. Because at least then he has a braggery right over Cody, and then continue on his little thing. He could beef with other people that could go him and Orange Cassidy and other people. You understand?
But I think the thing with MJF though is because he had already, and I guess in his mind, he had already beat Cody, so going back to beat him again makes zero sense.
It does make sense.
So for him to beat Cody, like the premier, one of the premier athletes of the company, it would only make sense for him to challenge for the title.
Yeah, but okay, he wins it. All right, it'll be like, okay, I guess. Like,
well, you just got to see it.
Like,
I mean, honestly speaking, Moxley doesn't do anything for the title, and y'all know I love Dean Ambrose.
I mean,
Moxley does nothing for this title.
I love how you called him Dean Ambrose and then you called him Moxley at the same time.
I love Dean Ambrose. Like,
Honestly,
he died.
Makes sense in AEW. Don't even make sense with his rankings and everything.
I fucking hate that ranking shit. There's no reason why there's no reason why a fifth ranking person is going for a title shot the next week. That shit don't make sense.
They do it on boxing though. They do it on boxing though.
But is this boxing? Or is this wrestling?
But you make it more like a real sport.
But then rankings should have a value to it. Okay,
back to the
Like if you're challenging for a tag title, and you have the 6th ranking team going for the AEW tag titles next week on Dynamite, what happened to the second rank?
Is legit or you just?
No, I'm just saying, but it's very
But boxing do that.
But it's very similar though.
But boxing do that though.
But does it take away from the other rankings? Or does it elevate it?
No.
To me, it takes it away from it.
No. Again, if you watch boxing,
but I'm not watching boxing. I'm watching wrestling.
Again. This is why you need to watch boxing.
No, but I don't need to because that's not the sport that I like. The sport that I like is wrestling.
Okay. Just like in NBA, right? When you go in the playoffs, what the hell the AC is doing as the first seed? They have no right.
I think that's stupid though.
But again,
and we're just gonna call a spade a spade.
Again,
I think that's
you
dumb.
think it's stupid because you only see it from a wrestling point of view. You don't see it from a sports point of view.
No, I think
because
no.
Again,
I
let
like
me
the
finish.
no. Let me go. I like if they did the ranking thing where it made sense. I can fuck with it, especially if you had Dark Order. They had been undefeated all year, and they caught the tag title match. That made sense. You're undefeated. But then you have, let's say, because I think LAX is ranking 5?
LAX?
Oh, fuck, what they call? Oh,
Pride and Powerful.
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Okay, now you good.
They
I was
LAX
just saying
to me.
Impact thinking. It was just
No, very similar. Same thing. But you have LAX, which is what they were ranking 5, going for a title shot.
I feel it.
What?
This is sports entertainment, so they take in sports and entertainment. Just like in the NBA, if the 8 seeds find the 1 seed, right? You may think that, the 8 is gonna lose. The Warriors beat the Dallas Mavericks. MVP Dirk Nowitzki. Back in the day, Mutombo beat the Seattle SuperSonics. It caused drama. It caused the tension in the ring. Like, dang, this is serious. Even
Okay,
fifth
but
rank,
all right. So
does
that do that in wrestling though? Have they done that?
I mean, like, it's been a year. It hasn't been a year yet. But
come on.
But then again, if you see a Pride and Powerful, you look like if they're 5th rank, you look like even though Pride and Powerful is a 5th seed, they don't act like a 5th seed because at any moment they could lose.
But at any moment they could win or lose. I'll give you that. But it doesn't that doesn't translate on TV well. Is what I'm saying.
You don't think it's translating on TV well,
Jeffrey? Do you think that translates on TV? Like if you saw the tag titles going for the 6th seed, the 6th ranking tag team, getting a tag title on AEW Dynamite, does that make sense to you?
Well, it more so frustrates me.
Why?
It frustrates me because of the rankings. But I think that this is my first time hearing this perspective, to be honest, and it is making sense.
Okay.
When I do watch the finals, to be honest, it's kind of like maybe I have been conditioned to just think that the number 1 seeds do get the championship, and now I'm kind of like, because of the GMOs on SmackDown versus Raw, to be honest, like the
GM, yeah, exactly.
So maybe I have been conditioned to think number 1 contender, but now I'm kind of like how you said with Pride and Powerful, like they still look strong throughout everything. So
If you're a strong seed, then
So-
yes, then it
so
then it can translate and make sense.
So, yeah.
But
Yeah.
Scorpio Sky not winning this title last night, and
Okay.
we're gonna talk about it.
But
That's,
hold on,
that's
hold
fucking
on.
with me.
Let me say something to go on this conversation about rankings and stuff like that. When it comes to the NBA, that's tournament style. So when you do a tournament, that's usually how it goes because you earned the number 1 seed. So if I won throughout the season, I'm gonna play the AFC because it's supposed to be easier. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Right?
Well, yeah, it's kind of like it's set like that.
It's set like that. It's set. That's why they do it because it's like you're gonna get home and field advantage because you have the better record.
Yeah.
And you're gonna go against the 8th seed. But that's a tournament. That's a tournament. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like if you watch King of the Ring, for instance,
Love,
like
absolutely.
the first person you kind of go against is not like a top guy. You save that for later because you're hoping that that they come, like for instance, the top people will be at the finals together.
Okay.
But sometimes they don't. That one year, King of the Ring, fucking Kane and I think Kane and Big Show took themselves out. They got disqualified, and then I forgot who ended up shooting to the fucking like finals because of that shit.
Now boxing.
Stupid.
Now you spoke about boxing. Sometimes you will have the 5th seeded person, but the reason why is because that's the politics in boxing. They're like the 5th seed person's like, I'll take that bread. While the person that's the number 1 contender legit is supposed to fight the person, be like, no, I don't want that. I don't want to fight that person yet. Now, you can argue Floyd Mayweather a lot of times didn't fight the number 1 contender because he picked who he wanted to fight. But that's the politics of boxing. It's not boxing is not cut and dry as people think it is. Because I know friends who box or who've been in around the business. That shit is straight politics. But I'm going to go against AEW because think about it. If I have a ranking, it's 5 people, right?
I think it's 10, yeah.
Whatever, 10 is 10 people. And I'm the number 1 and I have the title. It should be the number 1 contender for my title. The 6th seed person shouldn't be underneath it. But if you play that into a storyline, like, no, I'm not fighting so-and-so, I'll fight this person. Then you're working the rankings in a different way.
So you're saying it this way, like, it's a lack of explanation.
Yes, it's a lack of explanation, and they're not making it.
It doesn't
They
translate.
make it seem like it's cut and dry. That the ranking system counts because I'm Cody, so I should be fighting the second person next person that's underneath me.
And
when
there's
that
no
person
value.
loses, it drops down. Then that third person moves up. But they haven't put that into action.
Honestly, the
Okay.
only division that the ranking honestly makes sense is the tag team. It's the only, to me, on AEW, that's the only thing that makes sense. The fact that in singles, and they don't even kind of do it in like with the title, because it went from Brian Cage fucking winning that dumbass title shot to then him losing. And because Taz put in the orange towel, whatever, and then they tag team with, then Moxley and Allen tagged, and then next week he got a title shot. I asked you that 2 weeks ago. Who was the face and who was the heel?
But the champion, again, go back to boxing, the champion chose his fighter.
No,
He
which
chose,
is
I want to
fine.
fight Darby Allin.
Which is fine, but then in wrestling, who was the face and who was the heel?
But that was what you talking about, Darby and Moxley.
Yeah.
Is making correct. That was what he said. I want to fight Darby because I respect Darby. I like
He's
came
helped me.
He helped
I got him.
So you know what? I want a good fighter to fight. That's the story that was being told. Now it was a face versus face. I didn't watch the match. I'm sorry, but it was the first versus.
It was a good match, but it definitely was a face versus face.
I've been like catching highlights because Wednesdays has been booked crazy for me, but it was a face versus face match, and it made sense because it's like more like respect.
Just like Undertaker versus Jeff. Who was the face, who was the heel?
Jeff
Both
Hardy?
versus- Yeah, Undertaker versus Jeff. In a
At
ladder
the time,
match.
Undertaker was the bad
but
guy.
Taker was the bad guy.
Yeah,
He
at that
played the
time.
bad guy in the match.
Yeah, but overall, he was getting cheered.
Because Undertaker's low key a tweener his whole
Yeah,
entire
I was
career.
gonna say like that's a hard
Definitely bad that
explanation,
run.
but he was definitely
destroying-
terrible.
He was destroying niggas that run.
Right, but
Like he killed Ric Flair. He killed Jeff Hardy. He killed Rob Van Dam.
Yeah.
He didn't kill Jeff Hardy.
Killed Lita.
He killed Jeff Hardy, but then he took his arm and like,
Yeah.
you're good
Killed
shit.
Rock going to no way
Talking
out.
to the mic.
He low-key killed Rock going into the way.
Exactly.
I remember that whole
Exactly,
run.
but-
He killed Maven, and I'm done.
Right. But
Well, Maven had threw him out, so it was like payback, bitch.
well, yeah, you know.
I'm gonna make you famous. What he said?
Yeah, I'm gonna make you famous. Yeah, bitch, I'll make you famous. All right. All right. So we're coming down to the end of the show. Every week we kind of do 2 up, 2 downs. Yeah, I guess so.
No,
just
we have
about.
more time.
Oh, a little bit. Well,
Yeah,
I mean, we
have
could
a-
talk about this week in wrestling. It's fine. It's 4 of us.
We have
I mean, but this is
more
the
than
last
enough time.
segment of the show. So we're gonna get into talking 2 weeks worth of wrestling since we didn't record last week. We can talk about some things that happened last week and then talk about things that happened this week. Typically we do like ups and downs or things that we like, things that we didn't like this week. But let's actually just get it off of the table. Fucking Scorpio Sky versus Cody for this TNT title, which made no sense, which fucking Mike Chioda fucking did a 4 count for. 4 count for. What was the problem with the match?
It was boring.
What else?
Repetitive. It's the same exact format he does all the time, though. He gets beat up, he hulks up, then he hit a devastating crossroads, and that's it.
Right.
It was boring.
Your thoughts, Jeffrey? What this and it just that's what fucks with me, and I think that's why I sound so quick to say like it's a burial, because they took the time to kind of make you look at Scorpio Sky as a singles instead of a part of a stable.
Right.
So now you kind of backpedaled and wasted all the energy and time you did to separate him from the group, because you done nothing but let him lose, except for when he's on Dark and he's beating a bunch of just randoms every week, and then he comes up on Dynamite to get the TNT title, kicked through the fucking door, by the way, to the lose to a 4 count. Why? I don't understand it. It frustrates me, because it's like, it really, to me, what's the point of the title? What are we doing? Like, what are we doing?
I don't know the answer to that, to be honest.
Exactly.
I know.
They don't know the answer. Like, that's actually the real problem, is that we can come up with a whole bunch of, excuses or a whole bunch of, like, what ifs.
But I
like,
do think that Cody Rhodes is cementing his legacy. And I'm sorry, I can't be mad at that. He's doing what it takes. It's upsetting a lot of people, but he's doing what it takes.
But see, I don't even think he's in a position where his legacy is questioned for him to cement it.
That's his own ego.
Wait, time out.
That's his
Time
own
out,
thing.
Time out. Let's rewind this real quick. He has to cement his legacy. Cody just got popping. Over the past... No.
He had pockets of popping when he was in WWE.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
He was...
Yo, when that whole mask shit, when he broke his nose, that nigga was popping.
Listen.
Don't do him like that.
Listen. I love Cody, but I'm going to keep it a buck. Ain't nobody talking about him, about his WWE career. Ain't nobody talking about his WWE career. You mentioned some pockets of things.
Listen.
Who's talking about Cody's WWE career? What people are talking about is his run in ROH and New Japan Pro Wrestling. No.
I don't
Ain't
agree.
nobody talking about
I
Cody's
don't agree.
WWE career, because most people don't think he wasn't used he wasn't used properly. That's one. Number 2, he just got popping in the wrestling community.
Well, that's because he stood up with his homeboys at ROH, took the blueprint, and then made All Out and Double or Nothing.
Yes, that's his career. And then his wrestling wise, people are going to talk about him. And if the thing about his wrestling is his career has to cement, because AEW has to be successful. That's when it's fully cemented as legendary status. But his run in New Japan, his run in ROH, his run with the Bullet Club is what really elevated him. And then when he did that whole indie run, where he had names on the list of him who's he going to go up against.
The indie run was dope. But I still did.
That's because you guys love WWE.
No, it has nothing to do with loving WWE. It's just that's what it was. Like
Jeffrey. So is he popping? Was his WWE career popping?
Not. No.
But
not
are you comparing it to who though?
Well, who I'm comparing it to is like. What I'm comparing what Cody Rhodes is doing now is to like Jeff Jarrett and Triple H. Like he's doing what it's taking to be remembered forever. Like you're not about to forget about Cody now.
But the thing is and I'm glad you brought up those two names because those two names are synonymous with actually running and being your name being a part of an actual company. So that's really what it is. Like Jeff Jarrett before the Impact days, he had a career.
Yeah. And
He had it. You know what I mean? Like
So okay. We take away we take away ROH. We take away New Japan Pro Wrestling. We take away AEW. He leaves the same exact time he leaves. Does anybody talk about him in 20 years from now as being a legend? Anybody in professional wrestling,
That's a big
wrestling, because you said the right thing. He's trying to cement his career, and when you're trying to cement your career, you're trying to be legendary.
But the way he's
answer the question though. Answer the question.
He's always gonna be in conversation because of his father.
No. Take away once again. Take away his father because that's part of that just puts him on another level. But take away that level. Take away the pops. Take away that time after WWE. Is he legendary? Is he on something that we're going to talk about 25 years from now?
Yes.
Bullshit.
I'm gonna
break it
down.
Bullshit.
I'm gonna break this down.
But that has nothing to do.
Let him go because he said
I say no because he never was. So not saying that he didn't have a solid WWE career. He just was never a top player in the game in that sense. He was always a mid card guy.
Exactly.
But it's not to say that you being a mid card guy means your career isn't memorable.
Is it Hall of Fame level? Is it Hall of Fame level?
Him putting himself in AEW makes him Hall of Fame
No.
level?
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about his run post WWE elevated him. And he knew what the fuck he was doing. You think I didn't know that? How he booked himself? I don't know that fact that he came on shows like I'm not getting pinned. I will never get pinned.
I don't think the Bullet Club run did him anything though.
I don't know what.
Oh shit!
Hold on with that.
Say your piece.
I'm gonna say this.
I'm sorry.
Like
the Bullet Club run didn't do anything.
I don't.
I'm gonna say this.
I don't think that.
I'm gonna say this.
Sorry.
I'm gonna re-break this down.
No.
You do forget it's two different people, Cody Rhodes and Cody. So
Same fucking people.
no.
Let's not do this. That's like when I was like Dean Ambrose, John Moxley, same fucking person.
No, it's not because everybody knows
now.
nobody. You see.
No, go ahead. Because I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, but the fact is she was like, nah, that's just funny.
It's just like this. Nobody has called him Cody Rhodes in years. So now he's cemented himself as Cody now. So he had to do certain stuff to say that I'm not Cody Rhodes. I'm separating the two characters. So now, let's talk about his whole WWE run, right? For one, he was in a stable with him and Randy Orton.
Correct.
He had a lot of great moments.
Little bootleg evolution, but I understand.
Doesn't matter.
No, it's fine.
Doesn't matter. So let's really break this down. He had that great program with DX, the first ever Anywhere Falls submission match, the Hell in a Cell match, boom, right? Then after that, he had to run solely where like he was dashing Cody Rhodes, where he came to the ring.
The dashing shit was dope. I don't care what anybody says.
So let me finish. He came through the broken arrows. Then boom, he came in there. Then he evolved that character to Cody Rhodes. Him in program with him and Rey Mysterio, where like Rey Mysterio damaged his nose, and he wear that mask, and he was hideous like this. You know, and
this nigga was putting brown paper bags over people,
and
telling
then
them they were ugly.
Right. Then
Wild.
on top of that, he brought back the original IC title because he said that I want to bring back prestige to this title, and then everybody will always remember from him doing that. And his only run with the IC title, it was good. He
Solid.
actually brought a good match out of Big Show. It was a good match. Then he went on to the Rhodes Brothers. The program with him, his pops, and the Shield, where like he's fighting for his job.
Dusty.
Come on, B. And at the pay-per-view, he won that crap. Come on, B. Cemented. It's like, yo, this was great. Now, the Stardust gimmick, it started out pretty good, but then it was like, I guess. But he made the best of that
dropped
gimmick.
the ball in Stardust.
And then what happened? He went to WWE, say, hey, you know what? Can I do something else? No, you're ever going to be Stardust, and Stardust, that's it. So then he couldn't use Cody Rhodes, so he went to become Cody. Now, the Bullet Club run It gave
No. I said only WWE.
Okay.
Don't add the Bullet Club.
Okay,
You
fine.
mentioned the WWE.
Yeah,
Mentioned
all
WWE.
the stuff that his little run, he was supposed to be Money in the Bank, but they didn't give him it. They just never saw him pass. He was supposed to be Money in the Bank.
No. I was about to say which one though.
I don't remember, but like they never saw him as
I
a
was
key.
gonna say.
They never saw him.
They never saw him as the top guy.
Right. So now
he was a company.
So now-
he was like not like company guy by blood,
right,
but he
exactly.
was never the top.
So
guy.
now backtrack that. So you're saying that Godfather had a better run than Cody in WWE? What? Godfather became a pimp, and said, I got hoes? Or like he was a witch doctor? But yet, he's in the Hall of Fame. But then, that's not really a Hall of Fame career like that, compared to Cody's.
No. I'm not talking about WWE's Hall of Fame. And when I say Hall of Fame, I'm talking about legit Hall of Fame. Where 20 years, 25 years down the line, he will be talking. You know what's funny, though? You mentioned Godfather. Godfather's still talked about. His run as a pimp is still talked about.
But there is a lot of guys in wrestling that you forget because of time. Not because of them, is the fact that they don't talk about them.
Oh, okay. And Cody won't be talked about.
Yes, he will be talked about.
No, he will not.
Because
Cody,
you know why? He will be talked about because
Cody will be talked
because they
about.
look
Don't
at
do
that.
that.
People look at Dustin
because of his father. That's what you just said. You made my point.
But-
you take away his father, you have nothing.
But
Cody's
you're gonna see his run.
true.
You're not. You're gonna see his run. Like if you go back, type in Cody Rhodes, you're gonna say, I remember this match. I remember this match.
That broken nose match
thank you.
shit
You're gonna remember
was
that.
But the thing is, you have to type that in. You have to. The thing about it, when I say legendary, when I say a career in WWE where people's gonna be like talking about it, I don't have to remember. It's off the top of the head.
So
He's not on
every
that-
single game that you ever saw on television.
No, because he's on the upper echelon. He's not on that upper echelon because you're smarter than the average wrestling fan. So I can't even talk to you about when I say that. But the average wrestling fan is not gonna remember Cody Rhodes.
Yes, they are.
No, they are not.
Like, I know people
that I will agree.
No, and that's what cements yourself in a career. Because now the average wrestling fans are like, okay, cool. So you talked about the Bullet Club.
I don't
The
know.
Bullet Club.
But backtrack this. Now you could talk about there's different eras of wrestling. When Cody was coming up, nobody was watching WWE like that. Only the hardcore fans was watching them.
Come on, son. Now you're moving the goalposts.
I'm not.
Now you're moving the goalposts
I'm not.
because who was wrestling around the time Cody was wrestling?
All the Greeks.
Oh, who was wrestling around that time?
I'm not saying wrestlers. I said viewership.
No. Even that. But you can still remember people during that time that were doing their thing. The thing about it, his run wasn't horrible. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to say that. But his WWE run is not something memorable.
So so now fast forward into A. So now he's gonna just be remembered on AEW as being the TNT champion that beats everyone and makes no sense.
But you know what?
That's the legacy that you want.
But the thing about it, his legacy is more than that, though. His legacy is the Bullet Club run and his New Japan run because when he gets to and the thing about it, you don't see it that way. But the reason why, when you call Kevin Owens, and Kevin Owens say, "Hey, meet up with my boys, the Bucks.
Yeah.
They're gonna take care of you," because that's how powerful the Bullet Club was. And then you get to the Bullet Club. You literally get to elevate your brand on another level because once again, Bullet Club t-shirts were where? In Hot Topic, making money. Kenny Omega, the Bucks had had toys and they're not even signed to no major label besides New Japan Wrestling, basically indie guys. So when he joined the Bullet Club, he elevated his brand. When he went into that indie run and he wrote that list down, the independent scene knew who you were at this point.
But
that's what I'm talking. That's peace.
But he had to shake off that WWE.
Yeah, you are definitely right about that.
He's WWE bred and fed. He went through the system. He was doing. He was everything. Right. So you got to do something to shake off that WWE run.
But that elevates your level though, because you're shaking off the WWE run. You're either gonna be two things: either gonna be where Cody is right now, or Jack Hager.
Are you gonna be bitter?
Well,
and so Jack Hager fan because Jack Hager had a little run too. My man Jack Hager had a little run, baby.
The We the People shit was dope.
He had a look.
Are we the people shit was dope.
I'm not saying it was dope, but
Is he Hall of Fame level?
Absolutely not.
there's a lot of people in the Hall of Fame that should not be in the Hall of
Absolutely
Fame.
not.
No, but what I say, it's not about the WWE Hall of Fame. It's about your Hall of Fame, the Wrestling Hall of Fame. Because
Yeah,
we know a lot of niggas don't belong to WWE Hall, and you are right. You are right, black man. But you know what? We are taking away from Jeffrey.
Should be in there.
My bad. I'm taking away from Jeffrey. Jeffrey, what do you think about
Every
Cody's
black
career?
person should be in the Hall of Fame, though.
Factual.
You know, not a problem. Reparations, my nigga. Reparations.
Everybody. I wanted to question nobody.
We need that land back. We need that land back.
I don't want to
But,
question.
But okay, so let's
Put a
just
few
clear
more
the
in there,
table
too.
though. Let's clear the table. Just in agreement though, we can say that the whole Scorpio Sky Cody Rose did
Oh, yeah,
not
terrible.
make
Oh,
any
yeah.
sense.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
It was the best.
I just
Yeah.
want that to be
Yeah.
the clearing
Yeah,
of the
makes no sense.
table.
Like,
Zero sense.
Like I felt that you should have saved it for the next pay-per-view.
You should have fucking built it.
Yeah, you should have ended
Is this
it.
to me? Is a spit in Scorpio Sky's face for you guys
That was a waste of time.
to fucking waste his time? The
Could have
fuck?
been the first African American TNT champion.
Right. Right.
Styles and JR, man.
Shit is wild.
I can't stand
He repeated that shit like twice on the thing.
African American champion. African American champion.
Say that shit 5 times fast, JR. Anyway, all right. So real quick around the table, 2 or 3 things this week or last week because we didn't record last week.
Go ahead, Jeff.
But 2 or 3 things that caught your eye this week that you want to talk about, you want to bring to the table, that made you be like, outside of Patty Pat coming back, because I
That's
wish
the whole beef
somebody,
I have with that.
I wish somebody would.
Velvet? Oh, I was about to
He
say.
touching, like he said, Nick and
I really wish
some.
it's a legend. It's a legend. Don't do that. It's a legend.
But it's proven that, but no one says nothing. Everybody was cheering. But when Sammy said comments 5 years ago, and he evolved from that. Why he's on my television screen? They
Who
trashed
said that?
him.
Listen, Sammy is Sammy though, but he's still it ain't that bad because that nigga still signed Impact. Ask Michael Elgin is he still signed?
Who?
Ask Jimmy Ryan, Joey Ryan is he signed?
Well,
no,
that's
exactly.
different.
So all right, Jeffrey, what are some things this week in wrestling that caught your eye?
2 things. I'm a massive Mickey James fan, so when she came
Woo!
on the
Mickey
the
came
screen,
with the bars.
I kind of really popped a
Mickey
little bit.
James, delicious.
Delicioso, thick dick,
Oh,
Wow.
country fat dick.
I popped.
Okay.
Shout out to Nick Aldis though.
Right, Nick Aldis,
Nick
man, oh
Aldis.
man,
He's young though.
yeah. I didn't know that until like after the ROH show that we went to. That this nigga, she has a solid like 7 years on this nigga.
It's all good.
It's all good.
Like whoa,
Veteran pussy is fire.
veteran pussy is fire.
That's the thing.
Vintage.
Vintage
thing.
vagina.
Vintage vagina,
a
veteran
thing.
pussy.
So wait, what do we call like? I can't say vintage dick though, because that just sounds.
You could.
disgusting.
You could.
Legendary,
Don't y'all call him
legendary
Zaddy?
dick.
Don't y'all call him Zaddy?
No, but I would say legendary dick.
All right, whatever. We're not gonna talk about that.
I don't know
Oh, but we can say pussy all the time, huh? But if the one female in the room, I can't say dick. Never.
because like I don't know how.
So Kenneth Dinkins said, "I'll lick that up."
Yeah, he nasty.
What?
He nasty. He nasty.
Why would he say
He
that?
definitely put that on the thing and said, "I'll lick that up."
Wait, look. Oh, about Mickey James.
Not you.
I didn't say me.
She really thought it was hard. She really thought it was. Hey, they talking about me.
No.
Oh my God.
Listen.
Stop it. Can say that again.
Definitely
Say that
no.
again.
I promise you.
Get out of here.
I promise you on the
Get outta
live
here.
feed, do not
Yes.
talk about me whatsoever. I don't. I'm invisible. Anyway, go ahead. So Mickey James.
Number 2 at the final is Keith Lee aging backwards. Like black men don't cheat, black men don't crack. Like I love it.
He probably drink a lot of water.
I'm
He got
dead.
Asian girlfriends.
He's
like
aging
kinda-
backwards
Asian
right now.
black,
I love to
Asian
see
black.
it. I love to see. He's
Asian
aging
black.
backwards.
All right. So
love to see
what's
it.
your downs?
Asian backwards.
There's downs. Sheesh. Oh, well, we just talked about the major down.
Oh, okay.
That was the biggest one for me. The second one was NXT ratings. That was a big downer for me. Like
Ratings is smeetings. No one
I don't care
cares.
about ratings.
No one cares about ratings.
No one
But that's all I got.
WWE went
I
like
really don't
years.
complain about wrestling, to be honest. I think a lot of people dislike that because reigning is so popular in wrestling. A lot of people just like to talk about the bad.
Only
things
in
of-
wrestling.
Yeah, a lot of people love to talk about that, but I make the most out of
Yeah, only in
out of
wrestling people
everything.
care about ratings because
the most
I found out that this is why people just stop talking about ratings in wrestling in general. Ratings are down across the board. Last year, the NBA was averaging, I think, for their matches, for their games was 1.3, 1.4. But now, if you compare it to wrestling, oh, that's terrible. Da 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 da. But then they understand that, but they get more viewers off their clips. million, 2 million, 3 million. WWE is so caught up with TV ratings, they have to understand that 1.5 is actually pretty good. But when you go online, certain clips hit like 2 million, 5 million, 10 million. That's where the money's come from.
That's the wave.
All right, Mr. Black. Some things this week that caught your eye.
Of course, the Hurt Business. Shout out to them. Once again, Black excellence at the pinnacle of finest. Once again, one thing. Some people say black on black violence. That's not real.
I just like black on TV.
But I see it as a good thing, because if you sticking with us as black people, you're looking like, no matter if you win or lose, I make sure that you look good. And every time you see two brothers going at it in WWE with the Hurt Business, you felt the match was actually good.
Every time
you look like, all right, you're gonna see quality. Shout out to that. Even my second up is a lot of ups. I got a mini, in between. Shout out to Little Swole and Big Swole, that women's tag team on AEW. Shout out
the
to
tournament. Shout out to the tournament that's on
watching the
YouTube.
tournament?
So yes, I actually watched. Well, I watched the first episode. I haven't watched this week.
I gotta watch this
because the finals coming up.
But once again, another thing that could actually have been on actual fucking TV, and it's on YouTube, but that's neither here nor there.
That's a down for you.
That's absolutely down for me, because you can't sit here and promote and say, AEW heels and have all this women power, go women go, and you put the tournament on fucking YouTube.
I thought it was a subscription.
It's free. I can go right now and type of AEW women's tag team tournament. And the issue that I have, and the way they should have played it out, was they should have did the tournament closer to All Out and had the finals at All Out.
But they do have the finals at All Out.
No, it's recorded.
It's next Saturday.
It's on YouTube.
The final gonna be on
It's on YouTube, but that's what I mean. Like stuff like that, when you want to showcase and highlight women in wrestling, and you put the shit on YouTube, and not everybody can catch it. And then when you have an actual pay-per-view that you're gonna hype up, you don't put the tournament on fucking pay-per-view.
Well,
it's terrible.
There's nothing to do about it. But my second up is
terrible.
Once again supporting the black business. Bougie Robinson from the guys of Weed and Wrestling. If you want that ooh-wee skin, that ooh-wee beard, Bougie Robinson. The guys, once again, that's one of my up, once again, supporting black business here on the Java Tears podcast. Not only that we don't support black business, we support black wrestlers. But we want that ooh-wee smell. Smell it, dogs. Smell it, dogs. You gotta smell it. Like,
how did you just put a whole... It smelled like weed?
Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. Smell it.
Smell it.
I'm gonna need some of that, actually. I need a link. Smell it. I need a link. Yeah.
Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. Smell it, dog.
Don't give it away the ingredient.
Ooh-wee. You see? You want that ooh-wee smell for your skin, your beard?
That's
Bougie
it.
Robinson. Hit up the guys of Weed and Wrestling.
Wow.
Because they got excellent
placement
products.
at its best.
Love to see it. Love to see it.
So, one of my downs is, one of my downs for this week.
Did he really just do that?
One of my downs is my son Willie Mack losing to Eric Young.
It makes sense. Don't do that.
For one,
it makes sense.
When I watch Impact, I watch it as a little kid. That's it. You feel me? My son Willie Mack, try to defend his friend. That was a great promo we had.
Super great.
And once again, he's losing, so that's a down. Another down for me is wrestling fans. I feel y'all complain about everything. Literally, not all of us. It's just y'all nitpick at everything. Like Raw Underground came out, y'all nitpicking at, it's bad, it's terrible. I'm looking like, yo,
the shit is kind of hilarious.
It's something new. I remember one time someone put up, if you don't disrespect the week of SmackDown was good though, but don't get hyped. I'm looking like, yo, shut up, man. Like,
take it for what it is.
Wrestling is only been the most consistent thing that been on television, and it's been brand new episodes each and every week. Yes, some of the episodes have not been good, right? But that's WWE in general. When you go back, you realize there have been mad bad finishes. I remember this one match, D'Lo Brown versus Val Venus at WrestleMania opening match. That had a bad finish. It looked like
WrestleManias were not good.
Yo, mad stuff, but people don't realize it because people so caught up Attitude Era, chair shots, boobs and stuff like that. But wrestling fans in general y'all complain about everything, and now I see why wrestlers don't like fans sometimes, because you nitpick at everything. Like, for example, somebody wear pink and blue. Why you wearing pink and blue? He looks so stupid. He trying to be like this person. No, maybe he just like the color scheme. Like, when you nitpick at other stuff, people outside look at y'all like, why you nitpicking at everything? Like, but yet nobody nitpick at shows because, for example, the whole Oscar versus the whole Oscar program with Sasha Banks, right? People complain. I'm looking like
Who complained?
bad people complain about the ending.
Really?
Yes,
The
mad
ending
people.
to Oscar and Bailey.
I said Sasha.
Oh, like
Yeah.
The count out?
Oh,
Yeah.
about
Everybody
Bailey counting.
Everybody complain about
the
it.
count.
And then I'm looking like, but you don't complain when you watch your anime, it'd be the same exact ending where like beginning, it'd be a plot point, they get the bad guy, at the end, they beat the bad guy. Power Rangers, same formula, but you enjoy it. So I'll be looking at people like, y'all come to wrestling and nitpick at every little thing, but yeah, y'all don't nitpick at nothing else. So to me, I'm looking like, yo, just shut up. If WWE is that terrible, stop watching it.
But
Simple
they're not,
as that.
though.
Yo, I don't know if you guys saw it, but they were complaining about the AEW having fans. Did you guys see that?
Oh, I
fans
saw
were
that
in the
this
crowd?
week.
They were complaining that fans were in the crowd. So
I mean,
that
I'm
was
not
a
gonna hold you though. If they get SummerSlam somewhere,
Look at you.
I'm gonna have to try. I'm gonna have to try.
Come on, man.
I got a week. Yeah, I go in a fucking bubble
Yeah,
at this fucking point.
yeah.
Like,
what's the
I don't think, but I think when it comes to that, it's more of a like, I wish I could be there. Like, honestly speaking, this NXT Takeover 30, they need to put
Triple
this on
X?
pause. Oh, wow, really? They really need to put this on pause and wait until like and bring that shit to Brooklyn and let fans be there. Like, it's one of like. I feel like the things that, especially with NXT, that they have been doing is definitely like, fuck, I wish I was there type of thing. So I can get
Can't
the
wait
whole
to see that cross entrance.
that cross shit is
But
gonna
listen,
be
but
crazy.
listen. But I know that when we get fans,
Oh, it's a wrap. I'm being
they
ignorant as
made
fuck.
a 400% profit.
They ready.
The pyro's gonna be on point. Everybody's getting pyro. Hey, you announcer? You
get a
getting pyro. You getting pyro. Hey, listen.
Just like it's Cody.
Yeah, it's
Every fucking week.
freaking
Don't-
That's how the fuck is that in the budget? How the fuck is that in the budget? All right, so
freaking
Wilkins,
Cody, man.
your thoughts this week in wrestling.
Thoughts a week.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls who are listening to this podcast, Randall.
Oh
Randall.
man, Randall wants to be on point.
He-
though.
Yo,
Wow.
listen.
Glad somebody said it.
This man has been bodying the game for a long time. But this past couple of months, during the pandemic, he got into his mega heel bag and been doing a phenomenal job. I don't know who's writing this storyline right now. You doing a good job too, brother. You doing good. And Randall is executing on another level.
Another lover.
So I am thoroughly enjoying what Randall Orton is doing.
That called
Randall.
Randall.
Also,
Became a man.
he's also pro Black Lives Matter, so he gets that extra loving
Always.
from the Jabba Tears podcast. Because, you know, he said it himself. He was like, yo, before I didn't understand. But now I understand that Black lives do matter. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, Randall has been killing the game on Raw. My man had put WWE on his back and did a jog around the block. And he came back, he stood there, he's like, yo, you want another one? And then he did another one. Then he came back again, and he's doing another one. Randall has been killing.
So everybody was wrong then.
You saw what?
Because everyone just said there hasn't been a big star like since John Cena.
No,
Oh.
when Eric
Bischoff?
okay, we was going off. Well, here, Eric Bischoff just recently said there hasn't been a superstar like on John Cena's level.
I
And in
agree.
my opinion, he is right.
I agree.
What you're saying is Randall is a superstar. Randall is a superstar, but he's not on John Cena's level.
Absolutely not.
He
but
don't have
he-
a crossover like.
Yeah, he's not
Okay.
as crossover.
He's not Kid Appeal.
He's not Kid Appeal, but if you put him in a movie, he'll be good.
He'll be solid.
But it's not even on like the
Oh, he
movie
been on a couple
side.
shows too. Yeah, he did great acting.
No, but it's not even on the acting. It's legit. He's not kid friendly. He's not Kid Appeal.
And the thing is, what we talked about a couple episodes ago, you dressing up as Randy Orton for Halloween?
Or you dressing up as John Cena.
You can't
And
see
you
me.
can't see? Yeah. You gonna hit niggas with that. I can't see you.
Shout out to the Can't See Me cosplayer out there, John Cena cosplayer.
I was
There's
I
a
thought
couple
you
of
was
them.
gonna
out
say-
there,
Is the wrestling fans gonna be upset if Randy loses?
No.
So I have a bet.
Honestly, Edge
with
is probably
somebody
gonna
about-
Edge is
about-
probably gonna fuck that whole shit up. But-
I thought it was gonna be Otis. He was gonna cash in on.
I forgot all about Otis.
I want
take that moment away
low
from
key,
y'all.
low key. I want Otis to hold that shit to actual people or in stands.
me too.
Hold
It
that
expires in a year according to WWE
Yes,
history book.
but you
know
know
that,
what?
You know that they don't follow that.
Actually, they do. They do. That's the most consistent that they didn't follow.
See, no, they do.
Yeah,
It's
they-
a year.
We got wrap
Got
up. So
you.
that was my number one thing. It was Randy. Jeff, I know you got some stuff.
Yeah.
No, he went first.
Oh, you did go.
Yeah, it's
He
me.
looking like
He's like, wait,
I went first,
I got
dog.
more shit to say. Real quick this week. Honestly speaking, Impact is low key killing it. I think that
Shout out to Tasha Steelz.
it's definitely the most entertaining random shit. I always tell people it's the car crash that I just can't stop
But it's
watching.
more organized.
It's organized chaos. I will give you that, and I like the Wrestle House like reality show that they included into
I do
the
like
show.
that too. I can't
It's
even
cute.
lie.
It's
I
solid.
like it.
It's cute.
like it.
What else this week? Shayna Baszler on Underground
Oh, yeah,
just
that
was
was nice.
legit.
That was nice.
Shout outs to I honestly do like the Bray and Braun Strowman thing, and I think this past Friday when it was really creepy having Alexa in the ring again because I was like, are they
People
replaying
didn't like
last
that.
week? No, because it was creepy.
Yeah.
But it creepy is good for the storyline.
By the reason, breaking news: Ember cut her hair.
She been cut her hair. That ain't
but
breaking.
It's side.
No,
she
it-
cut the sides.
No, it ain't breaking.
I didn't know she looked like this.
She looked like that for a while.
Let me see.
She looked good.
She been looking like that for a while. She had cut her hair like weeks ago.
She look different.
She looked good. I
She
like
looked
it.
healthy.
You know, she kind of looked like Vanity.
Yeah.
Give me Vanity vibes.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm going
Shout out
to.
to Vanity,
I'm
her
gonna-
fine self.
Wow. I'm going to finish this up. Definitely
Yeah, Vanny's
love
fine.
the fact
Dang.
that Patty Pat is back. Patrick came back. I love the fact that I almost said Trevor Lee. That
We wasn't touching kids, Patrick.
what is this called? Wow, really?
Yikes.
God damn.
Yikes.
What else? I'm excited
Yeah.
about the North American title match the match next week, which is for the last place of the ladder match, which is really dope. I think everything leading up to NXT Takeover 30 is really dope.
Yes.
Once again, my only positive shining light and people like didn't like it. I really like the Dark Order on AEW. I don't know what it is.
I liked it too. I like
the Dark Order. It's pretty dope.
Did y'all see Bianca snatch Zelina on Twitch?
She been snatching her. And honestly speaking, I'm kind of over it. It's just like, but people on internet was wild. And somebody said like, what if Dawkins had poisoned him? I was like, come on.
No, he's doing that.
I was like,
Trying
come
to
on.
our black champions. Trying to separate our black brothers.
But you know what? That would be the illest like left.
I would be
thing.
upset.
You gonna put Rikishi then?
That,
I would
right.
be upset. That's
Like, you
that's
have-
not
I
gonna
did it
go
for
well.
Selena Vega.
That's
Goodbye.
not gonna go well.
It can or it can't.
It can elevate him. Like
It
if
could
he
do
plays
both.
Right, yeah.
I'm gonna be too upset out of.
Well, you'll be all right.
That's the point.
Well, all right. Before I sign off, we want to once again thank you, Jeffrey, for joining us.
Nah, it was a pleasure.
Always, you're a family to the table. Always a blessing for you to come up, even during the pandemic, to come fuck with us. So we appreciate.
Yo, we
you.
appreciate you, black man, coming up
Like,
from all the way from
serious.
ATL.
Atlanta.
Right.
I always said this. I'm always gonna say this. If I were raised in Atlanta or the South, I would have 3 kids and 2 baby moms. I'm gonna keep it a whole ass buck.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
I would
good
definitely,
thing. Well, good
because the
thing you're
booty
not.
extra fat. Because the
talk about
peaches
this
out there
so much.
is
You're not.
extra juicy.
You don't even want to talk about over. But anyway,
Extra juicy peaches down south.
Please let the viewers and listeners know where to find you.
Welcome
and
to
any
Atlanta where the
upcom-
players play.
You guys gotta
Anyway.
visit. Let's
We will.
and be
Well,
on.
Listen,
Hey, Mike.
when the pandemic shows
Can you
out,
turn the aux on?
We'll-
We're about to wrap up soon.
we'll go. But let the viewers and listeners know where to find you. Any upcoming projects you may have or things that are going on for those that are listening in the South to come to look out for. So go right ahead, let the viewers know what's going on with you.
You can follow me on Facebook, Jeffrey Taylor, and JSL on Twitter, Instagram.
That
YouTube.
reminds me of ASL. I'm so sorry. It's so funny to me. Like, remember back in the day when you used to be on AIM and you was like, what's your ASL?
Oh snap! Not AIM.
AIM,
Y'all
yeah.
Messenger.
Yes.
Age, sex, location.
So, right.
I love
That's
it.
crazy. I want that got to come back though, low key. But anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Nah, but for real, you all can follow me on those platforms and check out everything that's coming up. I appreciate you all again. I had fun. We turning up after this.
Oh, well, we are. Me and you and a few other people. These
I got
individuals.
work in the morning.
Thank God I don't.
Fuck them
So,
kids.
but before we do, this one's gonna look for a good old song
Who's gonna pray?
to fly out.
Y'all don't pray. Like.
is over. Got the hands in motion. If you go with rolling, no need to focus. Traveling states and over oceans. You gotta wait till your coast chosen. Trying to have lines outside the show like Harry Potter releases at Barnes and Noble.